sir. Bringing you another video. How should you pray? This is part one of this is part 3 of how should you pray. Okay, so somebody asked me that, right? And I want to start with John, the 10th chapter, right? And then the Savior said unto the 7th verse, then the Savior said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. The Savior is the door of the sheep. No man. You got to listen to the Savior, man, what the Savior says. And what the Savior says is law, man. What the Savior says is law, not what Moses said. I'm not in agreement with what Moses said. If the Savior says something, the Savior is law, because the Savior was authorized by the Father to give instructions. John 10, verse 7. Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. And all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep do not hear them. I am the door. By me, see that? By him, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. So you have to listen to the Savior, because the Savior was authorized by the Lord to say what he said. Okay, how do we know that? Let's go back into the book of Matthew, the 17th chapter, and the 5th verse. Matthew, the 17th chapter, and the 5th verse. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice came out of the cloud, which said, this is my beloved Son. Okay, this is the Most High talking about Christ. He says, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. So now the Most High just gave you a law. See that? This is a great book to have. Breaks down the Bible. See that? Breaks down the Bible. Okay? Great book to have. Breaks down the Bible. This is by Hendrickson Publishers. Look it up, Hendrickson Publishers. How we got the Bible made easy. Man, this book is dead on point. Okay? So the Most High just gave you a law. So you said, well, how do I pray? Now the Savior is going to let you know how to pray. Okay? So let's go to Matthew, the 6th chapter. Let's go to Matthew, the 6th chapter. And he's going to show you a prayer. Okay, Matthew, the 6th chapter. Right? He says in the start of the first verse, he says, take heed that you do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father, which is in heaven. So you're doing all these alms before men. You're not really about the Lord. The Lord is internal, man. It's not really about the Lord and men and their traditions. Okay? Therefore, when you do thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before them, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. So people want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing this, I'm so righteous and stuff like that. People want to be seen. Verily I say unto you, you have your reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret. So you're supposed to do these things in secret. And thy Father, which seeth in secret, himself shall reward thee openly. And when you pray, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites do. So you ask, now the king is here and he's setting the law. Not Solomon. Solomon is not the king. Okay? For they love to pray, standing in the synagogues and in the corners of streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But you, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. Now, where is your closet found? Let's go into Corinthians. Let's go into Corinthians. What's the purpose of the Bible? John 8:44. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And the truth is Christ. Okay? Wait, how do we know that the truth is Christ? John 14, verse 6. And the Savior said unto him, I am the way, the truth. See that? Not no man, not nobody, not me. I am not the truth. The words, John 6, verse 63, the words that the Savior speak is truth. Okay? The Savior said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man. So don't let these men fool you out here. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So you can't slip by, turn left, turn right, follow your teachers and so forth. And I'm not your teacher. I'm just giving you what the word says. Okay? So let's go up into the book of Corinthians now, and you read it for yourself about your closet. Okay? Where's your closet found? Is it in a building? Is it inside your house? Is it in some lying church and stuff like that? Let's go into the 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter and the 16th verse. Know ye not that you are the temple of the Lord? So if you're the temple, which is a building, you have closets. It's inside of you. And that the Spirit of the Lord dwelleth in you. The Spirit is what? The energy. See how my eyes move, my hands and all that, my mouth? That's the energy from the Father that is to everything. If any man defile the temple of the Lord, him shall the Lord destroy. For the temple of the Lord is holy, which temple you are. Okay? 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, and the 19th and 20th verse. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of the Lord, and you are not your own? It's not yours. It's not mine. Okay? I didn't create the spirit that is in me. For you are bought with a price. Therefore glorify the Father in your body and in your spirit, which are the Lord's. Okay? So now you know your temple, and you know where your closet is that you're supposed to go in. Okay? He says, but when thou pray, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to the Father which is in secret, and thy Father which is in secret shall reward thee openly. So you ain't got to go through all these traditions that men set up in what are their philosophies, bowing down, facing four corners, doing this, doing that, shaking dust and all that. He said, go into your closet. Okay? So a lot of times when I'm riding my bike, I pray. But what did he say to pray? What did he say to pray? A lot of people ask me, to pray, da-da-da-da. So now he's going to tell you. But when you pray, use not vain repetitions. Vain, use not what? You say the same things, Roman Catholic things, whatever your religions, and Judaism is a religion, okay? As the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things you have need of before you ask him. So then he says this, after this manner thereof, pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts. You know how powerful this prayer is? This prayer is called the Our Father prayer, because we owe a lot of debts, man, because we've committed a lot of crimes. So we need to be forgiven. We need to ask him to forgive us all the things that we have done round daily. You understand? So forgive us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. See, we got to learn forgiveness, right? And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. He's showing you about humility. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. See that? So you asked a question about prayer. Bang. I gave you 3 parts. It can go deeper. I gave you 3 parts. 1, 2, and 3. You understand? I like combing my hair, so y'all can say whatever y'all want. I like brushing it back. You understand what I'm saying? Do your thing, man. Read the scriptures. Study to show thyself approved. Okay? And stay with the word. Stay with the word. And if you don't understand the word, find someone that understands the word and is not going to lead you wrong, because there are many false preachers and teachers out here. Okay, how do I know that? Because the Father showed me that. If you go to the book of Matthew in the last days, Matthew the 24th chapter, he's going to tell you that, right? Matthew 24 verse 11. But many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. See that? There's many people out here saying that they this and they that, and they posting on YouTube and all that and saying, follow them. I have never told anybody to follow me. Never told anybody to follow me, right? He says, and a lot of people are saying that they saved, okay? But here's Matthew 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved. We have not reached the end. So how can you say that you're saved? Matthew 24, verse 23 and 24. But lo, if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. See, there's many false prophets out here. Many false prophets. Okay? For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets. See that? So there's many people jumping up now, saying that they this and they that, and starting their little cliques and their groups and their beliefs. Also, there is no God called Allah, okay? There is no God called Allah. There is no other God in the universe but the Most High. Christ is not the Most High. He ascribed to those titles because of the things that he's done, okay? Insomuch that if it is possible, they shall deceive the very elect. If you are of the elect, you will not be deceived by false teachers, false prophets. So there's your third part of how you should pray. So, take it, run, eat it. Remember, you've been told. Peace. Great book. Great book.